It's not just you. Everyone has something they want to complain about. And more often than not, these problems can become leading topics in conversations between friends and family. From a logical standpoint, problems should be solved as soon as possible, right? By sharing these problems with third parties, the chances of solving them increases considerably due to the diversity in perspective. Trying to approach a problem from multiple angles sometimes works much better than just facing it head on, and this is where constructive criticism comes into play. Yet, this isn't always how it plays out. Let's use a case about an ex as a hypothetical example. You and your ex break up due to two-way conflict and friction. You then start complaining to your friend about how you contributed so much to the relationship, and you wallow in despair. So how should the friend respond in this case? Should they agree with you on every point and emphasize all the flaws that you pointed out about your ex, painting you as someone who can do no wrong? Or should they relinquish their biases and view the situation from a completely neutral standpoint, pointing out the flaws in you as well? While the latter seems like the more reasonable option to go with, I speculate that the first option is the more common one. Most people, myself included, don't like acknowledging that they're a root of a problem. Acquaintances of those people will then neglect to bring up certain faults in that person, believing that they'll risk the longevity of their relationship if they bring it up. As someone entering adulthood, I constantly find myself on both sides of the situation. Sometimes I'm the one complaining, sharing my problems with someone, looking for someone to agree with me so I can be confident that I'm not wrong. And other times, I am the pseudo-therapist, listening to my clients' problems, thinking, can they really take the truth? Are they willing to accept that there is a solution? Will my friendship be at risk? I seem to hear this all the time now, whether it's in a business setting or a casual setting. I value honesty. It's been repeated and thought of so much in society that people genuinely believe they want it, even if they aren't entirely sure of what that entails. That is, up until they have to come to terms with the brutal nature of truth itself.
First thing I noticed,
Be honest, completely honest, because your ick was honesty.
are they real?
I think it's evident to most of us that we go on rants and share problems not for the purpose of fixing those problems. Instead, we subconsciously thirst for attention and approval, and we look for someone to share our viewpoint. And I'm not blaming anyone. It is human instinct to want someone behind our backs supporting us, but it's important to acknowledge that this can lead to a hindrance in the process of introspection. And this video may come across as a bit hypocritical, seeing as I myself run into the same predicaments. But it is never too late for self-improvement. I constantly find myself in situations where I try to better it by changing someone else, when I could just as easily look to change myself first in order to fix the situation. I'm going to try to bring up some comparisons as a former gamer. In games like Valorant and League, it's extremely common to pass the blame on to fellow teammates. However, what helped me the most with my rank climb was acknowledging that I too played a role in losses. After I acknowledged that fact, I could then optimize my gameplay, which eliminated the loss-related factors that were within my control, not outside of my control. You can't control everything, but you can control yourself, for the most part. And to begin that, you have to first acknowledge that maybe you are the root of the problem. Maybe you do have something to do with that situation that you're having trouble with. So the next time you decide to go on a rant, first ask yourself, is there anything you can do about it? What's your reasoning behind sharing a problem if you aren't ready to solve it? Is it to de-stress? Is it just to vie for the Guinness World Record of most problematic life? Or are you just wrong and too stubborn to admit it? As a final remark, I just wanted to state that this video was not meant to criticize anyone or act self-righteous in any way whatsoever. I just wanted to point out a realization that I have come to after being in multiple situations like this, where I constantly find myself having to ask, am I justified in thinking this way? And if not, how can I better this situation? I think this is important for growth, and I think this is important for everyone in general, not just adults. I think this mindset would have greatly helped up to this point, and I think it's really unfortunate that I wasn't able to realize this sooner. I also know that in the future I'll make similar mistakes like this, but as long as I have these thoughts in mind, I'm able to minimize the amount of future problematic situations like these. If you like content like this, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, buy me a sandwich.